Hello everyone, my name is Frodo. Thank you for clicking on this video. Hopefully you'll watch till the end. And so we're gonna play Pull Block Passage. Let's try it. So one thing that I was thinking about is that I was talking about Mario RPG and I really couldn't finish my point about brothership. And so I was very interested in brothership, and that was because there we go. Okay, and one of the reasons why I was interested in brothership is because Alpha Dream was making it, or at least I don't think it's making it, since they went bankrupt. And so that was a close one. Can I still get it? Yes, but it isn't, in my opinion, worth it. I can't throw it up. Okay. I think in the new Super Mario Bros. U Deluxe and new Super Mario Bros. You could throw it. So yeah, so it's like I'm very interested in it, but kind of for some reason the islands concept isn't really attracting me as much. That's just my opinion. It isn't really like gravitating me towards purchasing it, like because it has Mario and Luigi and it's an RPG game and it's Mario and RPG game. I might buy it just for that, but beyond that, it's like I don't know. I just didn't. For some reason, there was no Starlo. There was, yeah, you know, I didn't like it. I didn't like the trailer. One thing that did surprise me was how Donkey Kong Returns looked. I was like, how did that not affect me? That hit me, and I still didn't get any damage. But it's like, I expected kind of like a better look, and so it's like, it's not bad, it doesn't look bad, it looks good, but it's like, you know, on more powerful hardware, you know, you would expect it to look like super good. You know, it's like, I don't know how to say it, but it's like, it looks good, but I expect it to look even better. That's all I can say about that. And so I haven't been really interested in the Donkey Kong games. In my opinion, they're too hard, and you know, I think they're good for the people that like a challenge, but I'm not one of those. You can see I'm very. Oops, sorry, Mario. Yeah, I'll place one of my. Oops. Thank you. I'll place one of my standees here, and so there we go. I was so pay attention because I was talking, and so yeah, and so I was like, oh, what about? I was thinking about the song. What about us? I don't even know the lyrics. I just know that part of the song. But I was thinking like, again, I'm rambling a lot, and so I was thinking, what if because one of my favorite games in the Mario and Luigi series, and one of my favorite games in general, is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. I have both the DS and the 3DS version. And so, while I personally prefer the DS version, I don't know why, maybe I'm just crazy. Or maybe I'm just too overly nostalgic of a game that came out on a previous generation system. So the DS came out, and so the 3DS came out. But I played Mario and Luigi Dream Theme. I couldn't finish it because there was a part that I got confused on, and I traveled so far that I don't even remember which part of the level I'm in, and so I can't look up a tutorial because... Oh no. Daisy! Yes! Thank you, Daisy. Or Hunter. I think I've seen Hunter, like, not in real life, but I mean, like in this game, I think I've seen him before. I don't think this is the first time. And so it's like, I want to play those games, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story, either the remake or the original. Most likely I would play the original. But one thing that's stopping me is 3DS capture card, or 2DS, whatever one is. Again, I think that hit me, but I still didn't get any damage. And so it's like, I totally forgot that that wasn't solid. Thank you, Mario. Thank you, Jaylee. Ooh, that was a close one. Probably wasn't close, but you know, still. Anyway, I gotta place my standee over here to help Jaylee. Even though I've fallen more times than him. And so what I've been thinking is like, oh, maybe I'll purchase, you know, my capture card cost me, you know, a good amount of money. It wasn't $100, but it still was a good amount of money, you know. And I know that some very good capture cards cost even more. I would say mine is very solid. I don't need a good PC or a good laptop to run it. And so that's why I'm very happy with my capture card. It's made by a good capture, a good, you know, made by a company that's trusted in the capture card community. It's an Media capture card. I know what it is. It's a Live Gamer 2 Mini. I think that's what it. No, it's a Live Gamer 2 Plus. And so I didn't choose Elgato because I don't know. I just preferred that one. And so, and I think it was on a good sale. Yeah, it was on a good sale, but it was less than $100, thankfully. And so, but it still was a good amount of money. And so it's like, how much would a 2DS cost? And so I know that 2DS or 3DS, if you're purchasing one, then you obviously get the system. So that's already a good amount of money since Nintendo isn't producing any more 2DS or 3DSs. And so it's like, okay, so I have to factor that into cost. And so we're seeing like prices like 400, even 500 for them. And so it was like, maybe, so yeah, it's like, yeah, that's definitely out of my budget. I buy almost every game on sale. I rarely, extremely rare. I think the last game that I ever bought, like, day and date release was Super Mario Maker 2, which I know it wasn't that long ago, but it's still, you know, it's like, and I think I paid more than, I think that's the most expensive game that I ever purchased. It was $70 because I got the Nintendo Switch Online expansion pass, and it was $2, that's not, it was $10 less expensive to get it that way. It would only cost you $10 to get the whole year compared to spending $20 in the Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pass. Wasn't a thing yet, so yeah, that's why I got it, and I could stack it on top of my already existing membership. So at the time it made sense, but now thinking about it, it's like, maybe if I was more patient or something. No. Then I probably could have gotten the game for $40, you know, on a good discount. Nah, I was so close. I'll use what's recommended, the ad blocks thing. And so, I think those are the blocks that it has. And so, yeah, I'm definitely not gonna spend more than $70 unless it's like, maybe a computer, since I can use a computer more for other things, like content creation, things like that, more than just playing a video game. So, and so it's like, yeah, I made that to the next one. But it's like, when I see the capture card prices for the 3DS, I'm like, wow, you know, it's not made for the poor. It's not made for people like me. It's not made for, you know, I can play video games, and I'm blessed to play video games, thank God. Jesus, the Holy Spirit that can play video games. You know, some people can't even do that. They can't even watch video games on YouTube, so I'm very grateful for that. But it's like, yeah, it still isn't made for people that can't afford it, you know. It's like, and so it's like, it would be fun to spend that much money to buy a capture card, but it's like, at the end of the day, if I only did it for one series, it's like, is it even worth it? and currently I don't make any money off YouTube. And you know, it would be nice to make money off YouTube, but it's like, even if I did, it probably would only be like a few, maybe at most, like a good month would be like $90, and it's like, oh, $90, but think about it, it's like, you can't do anything with $90, you barely can go grocery shopping, like, you can't even go grocery shopping with $90, and it's like, so what are you gonna do with $90? You'll probably invest or save it, you know, it's basically pocket change, and so, you know, it's still a blessing to get $90, but it's still like, you can't do much with it, you know, and so like when you see the cash cards, it's like $500, $400, and so this is with built-in capture card. I don't mean like capture cards that have wireless technology. This is like ones with the console, and with, of course it comes with the console, but or with the system I mean, but with other things like the capture hardware, things like that. I'm not sure. I think you could use OBS to capture it. But the thing is that you know, still you would still have to go through those hoops and things like that. I don't think even my laptop is powerful enough to run OBS at a stable 60 frames per second, even though I think most of the 3DS games are 480p. So who knows, maybe it would be strong, powerful to run it. And so, yeah, and if you're wondering how I'm recording this video, I'm using RE Essential 4 to record it, and so that's why I'm recording this video. It doesn't take as much CPU processing power or RAM from my laptop, since it's very, very weak. Again, I'm blessed with it. So yeah, and so it's like, I'm not gonna spend $500, you know, unless I start making like, maybe I would. Again, this is hard to consider. Maybe if I made like 1,000, I would consider like 1,000 a month on YouTube, which I'm making 0 right now. And I don't. I thought that was a dead end, or that was a cliff, the edge of a cliff. And so, again, to make even like $90 on YouTube, that's just amazing. And so, again, I'm making 0. At least for now. I don't know how much video will do. Who knows? Maybe it'll get 100,000 views. You know, you never know. We all try hard. We all beat it at the same time. That's why we got hearts. Oh, that's very nice. Okay, so it's like, yeah, and so it's like, if I made $1,000, I need to, yeah, I would consider it. And because it would be, at that point, it would be kind of like an investment. It's like, oh, I'm investing in my content, things like that. And so, but in the meantime, it's like, yeah, since I'm definitely not making a penny off YouTube, I probably could consider it. No, I wouldn't consider it negative, since I enjoy these games and I could play it on my off time if I really wanted to stop doing YouTube. Maybe the capture card, yeah, maybe the capture card would be considered negative, since what are you gonna use it for if not for YouTube or for streaming? And so, well, maybe I have a point there, but beyond that, excuse me. But beyond that, my point is, that might be the easiest level I played so far in this game. Yuck. Oh, Yuki, sorry, I'm so sorry if that's your actual name, because I just totally mispronounced it. I didn't see the I at the end, so I'm sorry if I offended you by it. That's almost disrespecting the name. Really, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. So this would probably be the last level. Jump, jump, jump. That's a good title. Jump, jump, jump. Maybe I shouldn't use it as a title, since people might think it took you 20 minutes to play, or who knows how long it'll take me to beat. Took you that long to beat one level? No, I promise not, but hopefully not. So, might take me less. So what do we have here? Okay, and so it's like, wow. Okay, but I see technology like, or at least things be offered on eBay, which I wouldn't spend money on, but it's like, hey, wireless capture software where you can do it without connecting directly to your PC. I was totally not paying attention, but I can try again. At least I think I can. There we go. And so what my point is, it's like, so if I'm basically not gonna invest in, unless I'm gonna make $1,000 off YouTube a month consistently. I mean, not just like, ooh, if I happen to get 1,000 on YouTube. Then again, it's like, you never know. But it would be nice though. And so it's like, okay, maybe consistently for me would be at least 6 months, like straight. If it were like, the only way it couldn't be straight was for like 10 out of 12 months, and that was maybe those 2 months weren't like consistent. Maybe those 2 months were one in June and one in August, but it couldn't be in December or November because I would say, nope, I'm not gonna risk it. And so that's the only way it wouldn't be like, oh, consistent some way. But it's like, yeah, and so it's like, unless I get that money, which I, you know, who knows? Could be blessed with that, could be not, or could receive a different kind of blessing, you know, who knows? So is this parkour? I think it is. No, okay. So I can see why they say it's difficult. So it's like my best option to capture 3DS footage, and I know I could record it, but I just feel like the quality, even if I record it in ProRes, you'd still see the pixels. I remember that movie. But I don't feel like, I know that there are some YouTubers that capture it so good, and you can barely notice that it's not using a capture card. Like, not barely, you can really not tell if it's using a capture card or not. It's like, it's just that difficult to tell, but I'm not that good of a videographer or a filmographer. I don't remember what it's called. I think it's videographer. And so, yeah, so that is an option. One to capture them, and at least, you know, the best quality that I can capture realistically. And so, yeah, and so if I did it wirelessly, I'm not sure how stable like the footage would be. Like, when I talk about stable, I mean, like, would it show like any artifacting in the footage, or would it be like most like, oh no, well, it looks like I'm not gonna get the final thing of that level, so it most likely wouldn't look very good, you know. I don't expect it to look extremely stunning, but it's like, hey, you know, you can only imagine. But it's like, I didn't even get any of Wonder Seeds. I'm definitely gonna replay the level. And so I forgot that it says the timestamps, so not the timestamps, but the date stamps. So you can probably tell when I played and when I haven't. What can I do this? Wonder if this would do anything. I don't think it's recommended, to be honest. But who knows? It's so funny. So it's like, would it be like that bad, or would it be like, oh, would it be too bad? You know, what would I personally watch? You know, if it's like maybe like 5 seconds of artifact in every video. It's like, okay, I would personally be able to deal with that. But what about the viewer? It's like, yeah, if I can personally do it, then the viewer can do it. It's like, that's not good thinking. It's like, oh, if don't mind this, if I don't mind the bad quality video, then, you know, the viewers shouldn't care as much. Like, that's bad mentality, in my opinion. It's like, but still, if that's the only thing you got, then unfortunately that's the only thing you got. And so it's like, at least to capture good. And so I don't know how I would edit the two screens, since think about it like this. It's like some people put the main screen as the biggest and use the non-main screen as the smallest screen. And that makes sense, at least in my opinion. So they put it like diagonally, and some people just, and now it's, in some ways it's better, you do it fully vertical, or, and hear me out, or they might just use one screen so that it fills up the whole screen. And, oops. Ooh, yes, these things are helping. Oh no, and I was very close to the end. Oh no. Okay, and so at least it loads fast. And so that's the thing. So, oh no, I was impatient. I can't remember what I was talking about, sorry. I'm just trying to remember. When I said remember, I was, no, I'm so sorry if you're getting annoyed. I just keep forgetting. I was thinking about when I said, oh, remember. Yeah, remember I was driving in your car, that song. I don't remember all the lyrics, but I know partials of the lyrics. I don't know if it's like a nice song without any cuss words. Hopefully it doesn't have any cuss words in it, or else it would sound like I'm singing a song with cuss words in, you know. Well, my content, I don't attempt to appeal it to kids, you know. Inevitably, there would be like a kid or two that watches this, since, you know, they're like, oh, they like Mario, but it's like, I try to appeal to more broad audience, family friendly, you know. I don't think there's a kid that's like saying, or at least like a kid under 13 that's saying, oh, did you watch the Apple event? Oh, no. Oh, what do you think about Apple Intelligence? Do you think it will be the better AI model since it uses personal info, not personal info, uses personal intelligence, or uses sensitive info that other AI services can't get? And so I don't think in that regard it'll be like ChatGPT versus Apple Intelligence. In my opinion, it'll be more like Gemini Nano versus Apple Intelligence, because Gemini Nano is the featured, I know there's still a Google Assistant, but you know, I think it'll be, at least in my opinion, I think it'll be more comparable, since that's the AI large language model that Google is providing to their Pixel, to their Pixel phones, and I think now even some Samsung phones. I don't remember 100%. But it's like, ooh, it's there. So I think that's what the more direct comparisons, and I think, oh no, and I think that Google will make it better over time, maybe. You know, I think that's what is a better comparison compared to ChatGPT. And as well, I know that Apple will be able to access ChatGPT directly, you know, but without the app, it's kind of like, you know, Shazam in Control Center, where you don't need the Shazam app, but you can still have it in your Control Center if you get it from settings and enable it. And so, yeah, I think it'll be that kind of situation where you don't need the app, but if you want to use it, you need to give it explicit permission. And then you'll need to do it once again every time you want to make a request through, or every time I don't want to activate it, anytime the digital assistant on your iPhone, iPad, Mac. I think that's it. I think that's all the devices Apple Intelligence will be on, wants to access it. And so Excuse me. And so yeah. I don't know why it took. Probably didn't take longer that time. I probably just impatient. And so I think, you know, I think it's fair to do like regular Gemini, Claude, and ChatGPT, you know, comparisons, but I don't think it would be fair to do it against Apple Intelligence. I know inevitably, you know, all the news outlets will be like, oh, how does it match against to ChatGPT? You know, how much more private is it, and whatever. And so we know that compared to a lot of other AI assistants, and I think even if, you know, Google I think is going, or at least I don't know if it's already, or I know it's going carbon negative. And so, and Apple is doing carbon neutral, and I think Steve Wozniak or Jaws, I'm so sorry if I can't remember the name, but has announced that Apple Intelligence will run on clean energy, renewable energy, renewable energy, so like maybe solar, wind, whatever. I think it will mainly be solar, since we see like solar panels at Apple headquarters and things like that. They probably get it from other sources, other clean energy sources. Apple Park is fully using renewable energies, so yes, no, okay, sorry, I thought I was gonna make it that time, but I didn't, and so we try again, don't worry, I have patience. No, I don't, and I just jumped off, like, right now, like, ooh, if I had patience, then I probably would have beaten this even faster. But, you know, maybe this game will help me grow in patience. Who knows? But, you know, I just don't like it when, you know, I know in some interest, you know, and I even will watch it, it's like, oh, like ChatGPT versus Claude versus Apple Intelligence versus Gemini. It's like, in my opinion, in some way, it's like you wouldn't compare Gemini Nano to Claude or to ChatGPT, even though some people already do. They compare it now to the Google Assistant, since who knows, maybe Google will try to replace the Google Assistant with it. Right now we're seeing that it can't fully be replaced because there are some things that the Google Assistant does better than Gemini. Maybe that's the overall goal, and there are some devices that can't run Gemini Nano. And so, but I think inevitably it'll replace the Google Assistant, you know, as devices start to get more RAM, as performance starts to be better in phones, especially in the Android side, since, you know, MediaTek is also going very good, like in their chipset. But, you know, some phones don't have good RAM or good chips, things like that, and it's not consistent in that way, you know, like, the only thing consistent is mainly like, and for at least Android manufacturers, it's like Pixel use Google Tensor chips, and Samsung, and even Samsung sometimes is not as, because they have their own, I forget what they're called, like in Europe they ship different, different like chips. In the US they use, as you can see, I'm not patient. In the US, they use the Snapdragon chip. I can't remember what it's called. But like Samsung will always, well, at least hopefully will always use the Snapdragon chip. You know, MediaTek is a very good chip so far. I haven't used it, but so far I've been hearing very good reviews about it. But it's still like Snapdragon is the best in Android chip manufacturer. And now it's getting to the Windows with their ARM initiative that Microsoft is doing. And so, you know, it's like Snapdragon and Apple are really the only ones that can do ARM properly because they know how to do it. And I'm not sure if MediaTek does chips for desktop level devices, like what is it called? Yes, Yes, and yeah, there we go. You got a Wonder Seed. Thank you. So this is the true flagpole. There we go. Wonderful. So we got it to 30 minutes. Not bad. Okay. And so the video, I mean. And so it's like, we still wonder how it's going to go on. I know I said I want to talk about Apple in a while, but I talked about Android, I talked about Google, I talked about OpenAI, I talked about Claude and more things like that. So, yeah, that's, I know I would talk about that because I was saying like, oh, I don't think there are kids that are less than 13 years old that are interested in the AI development stage, and it's not like I'm deeply interested because I would be like talking about, ooh, this model does this better because it can do this at coding or whatever, things like that. I'm not a coder, I'm not anything like that, but still, in my opinion, it's very interesting. I know some people fear the development of AI, things like that, and so, I'm a supporter of AI. So far I think they're putting good safety protections, especially Apple with regards to privacy. Excuse me. But we'll see what the future will hold with AI. Maybe I'm going to be super wrong. I'm gonna say, why did I always advocate for AI or things like that? I wouldn't probably not the only one that's advocating for it. But yeah, thank you all for watching. We're going to do Expert Badge Challenge Spring Feet 1 in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for your patience and all of my ramblings. And so, comment if you really enjoy me talking about technology and things like that, because I talked about in the last video to successor to Nintendo Switch in some regards, saying that most likely it will definitely be more powerful than the Switch, and but how much more powerful, things like that. And I talked about AI and things like that. Tell me if you're interested in technology or not. Hopefully you are, because that's probably what I'm going to talk about more often. So thank you all for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.